Hi, my name is Marty, and I'd like to welcome you here today and thank you for coming in. So today we'd like to present to you StoryTeller. It's our children's app. It's designed to foster creativity and enhance writing skills in children. StoryTeller allows a child to be an author and write part of a story. So I'd like you to consider Sue. She's a young single mom with a young daughter, and she really values her time in the evening with her daughter. And story time at bedtime has always been great. But now Megan's reached an age where she's just like, Mom, why are they doing this? She's got to question everything. And it's just been frustrating. So now we invented StoryTeller so that Megan can be part of the story. She can write a paragraph in the story, and she can make the story go the way she wants it to go. So she can log in to her child-friendly app and choose a story. Right now we have three themes that are set up that are for children, and then we have the option of creating a totally different one. So we actually hard code the first couple of sentences in the story, and then they can log in and add a paragraph to the story. So then the story builds and builds as each person logs in and contributes to the story. And after 10 contributions, the story will close. So each story starts the same, but none of them will end the same. Now I'm going to introduce Mallory, and she's going to tell you how we create a story.
Okay, so the first step when a user is on our app is to go to the Create a Story page. So on this Create a Story page, at the bottom you will notice a button that says How to Use StoryTeller. So what this button does is it opens up a JavaScript modal, which is just a small pop-up screen, and it displays a few simple rules for using our app, such as each story must have a title. Once they X out of this modal, it is going to take them to that same first page where they can choose a story theme. So for the themes, we have a couple of pre-selected kid-friendly options, and we seeded this data so that every iteration of the app is going to display the same theme options for every child. We also built this using a code-first database, so that's going to make it very easy for us in the future to go back and add more themes and expand this app's scope. So after they choose a theme, the users are going to write a title into the titles text box here, and then they're going to click the Create button right underneath. So the Create button is going to open up another JavaScript alert, and this alert is just going to remind them to use appropriate language and to have fun. Once they hit OK on that button, it is going to save to the stories index. So this is just a similar process of seeded data that's going to store the stories right here so that every user of the app is going to be able to contribute to or read these stories. Now Alex is going to tell you the details about contributing to the stories.
Hello, I'm Alex. This is our stories page. This is where the user can read or contribute to a story of their choice. As you can see, each story that has a specific theme is given a specific background, and they're organized in their themes. This is done by using Razor C# code to assign a background to each project based around that theme in our database. When a user wants to go into a story, they're presented with paragraphs that are written by other people or themselves. The user that is by, it'll list underneath their contribution as anonymous if they're not logged in. If they are logged in, it'll say their username. Our database counts, or we have code that counts in our database how many posts are made in each story. If the post reached 9, warning pops up saying this is the final post. And when the post reached 10, after it's submitted, it'll go away. This is done by a switch case, or no, sorry. Ooh, blanking.
A counter. Yeah, we have a counter in there. That counts to the 10, and yeah, we'll remove that.
But it's mainly done by using Razor in our code. Once you go into a story, you may have noticed in our last one, it had a background that's like a woodland theme for animals. If you go into Pirates, it has a specific theme of its own, also like a pirate ship. And like our princess one has a castle, which you're going to see. And in our code, we have it so it reads the title first, see if there's any keywords in there, and then it gives it a default background of its theme. If there's a word such as dog in the title, it will give it a dog-like theme. And now I'm going to introduce Malika to talk about her favorite feature.
Alright, stories can be added to or created without the need to log in. The advantage of logging into an account so that the user is granted the ability to add or remove stories from a favorites page. We built the favorites functionality by adding a C# method to a controller. When the add to favorites heart icon is clicked, the method is called, which gets the user's email address and the story title from our code first database. The data is assigned a unique identifier that's saved into a table in our database. This unique identifier gives our application the ability to track and display favorite stories for each individual user as long as the user is logged in. This all translates into the user having their favorite stories neatly organized on a single page, ready to be read again and again.
All right, so that's our app. We did use Agile Scrum methodology in order to implement this. So each team member actually did give their input as to what they figured what their vision of the app was. We then peer programmed. Sometimes we shared programs. When we went into big obstacles, we actually had switched from a database first into a code first, which took an entire team to accomplish. And then we used Trello, so we created a backlog. We assigned tasks to people. We were able to track it that way. And that's how we came to create StoryTeller. And so now, StoryTeller's story times become fun again. Megan loves it in the evening where she can log in and check to see how her story's doing, or maybe she doesn't like how it's going, so she's gonna log into somebody else's story and add to it. Or maybe she's become absolutely fascinated with ants and wants to start a whole new story about ants. So anyways, but now they have fun together. Sometimes they just snuggle up, read their favorites, but I said, she goes to sleep like now dreaming about what she's gonna do next. So that is our app. Thank you for coming.